going?
Jeez. Oh, dude, work was killer today.
Old age, dude.
Yeah, I tell you, getting old's hard. Oh, on the joints. Oh, like the back. Oh.
So,
Dude.
what do you wish someone would have told you when you were young?
Hi, my name's Jeremy. I'm a senior and I'm going to Anoka High School currently. I will be attending University of Northern Iowa next year.
I'm Gunnar. I'm also a senior at Anoka, and I will be attending Gustavus College next year.
Hi, my name is Casey. I'm a senior at Pack Charter School, and I will be attending Grand Canyon University in Arizona next year.
How long have you guys been going to the youth ministry?
About a month for me.
I've been going about a year.
And ditto for me, about a year.
Okay. And so the three of you guys are seniors, and you've prepared some stuff that we're going to talk about that you wanted to leave behind with the kids. Is that right?
How should I, I'm sorry. How should I start?
However you want.
Okay.
It's definitely going out there.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so what I kind of wanted to talk about was like how did I leave an impact on people's lives? And for example, Maddie, my girlfriend, I feel like I left pretty good impact on her life because I led her to Christ. And so how that started, when we started dating, like my junior year at the beginning, I could tell that she didn't know what a personal relationship was with Christ. And like when I grew up, all my parents, like we went to church every Sunday and every Wednesday for youth ministry. And so like when we started dating, I kind of made it a point to try and get her to come to Connections with me. She went to St. Stephen's, and so I kind of not bribed her to come to Connections, but I kind of wanted her to come to Connections because I knew that was a big part of what they are. And so she started coming to Connections, and then later her family started coming, which was really cool. And when she started coming, I could tell that it was changing, and like our relationship kept getting better. And this past summer, I got asked to be baptized. And so when I was baptized, like she was there, and after the baptism, I got a text from her I think it was the day after, saying that she accepted Christ into her life. And that was just like really cool to see that the reason why that she did that was because I like played a big part. And so after that, it was just kind of a weight lifted off my shoulders because I did so much to like lead her to Christ, and now that it paid off, it was like an answered prayer.
Quick question, Gunnar. How did you bring up the whole Christianity, and like, how did you tell her that this is what you wanted? And
Well, like when I used to go to this ministry that was through our school, we had a conference out in Colorado, and we learned how to like bring that up with friends and how to talk about that and how to like evangelize to our friends. So that it didn't really come natural because it was still out of my comfort zone, like going, and it helped because I knew her. So that was a lot easier than like to some random person. But yeah, I kind of just brought it up, like we were talking about it, and she's come to Connections before, and like I think she asked me a couple questions about it, and then it just kind of went on from there. So yeah, so what it was I forget where it was. So my main message, I guess, was to like, even if you're like scared or it's out of your comfort zone to talk with friends about Jesus, because I know that's kind of a iffy topic with your friends sometimes. Take the step out of your comfort zone to do that, and because you never know what God will do through them and through you. So I want to end with this quote by Billy Graham. It says, "The greatest legacy one can pass on to one's children or grandchildren is not money or material things accumulated, but rather a legacy of character and faith." And I feel like that kind of summarized my message, was because it's not, she's not my child or my grandchild, but like I kind of put friends in that category too. It like helps to have someone close to you and know that they're a follower of Christ, so you can go to them and to talk. So
Gunnar, you grew up in a Christian home, right?
Yep.
And so what influence do you feel like that had on you becoming a Christian yourself and then being able to share that with others?
I feel like when I was younger, I didn't really ever think about it, like to talk to other people about my faith and everything. But once I got baptized, then it was like it kind of became more clear. And like even when I was going to the other youth ministry that was through our school, like a big part of what they talked about was like evangelizing to your friends and to like show your faith and show that you're a Christian to your friends so that they might become one. And so it kind of just was like, my parents never really talked about sharing my faith. I mean, maybe they did, I can't really remember, but it kind of came out in that youth ministry that I was at, that you should share your faith. So
Any questions?
That was
You
good.
sure?
100%.
Any last words?
no.
Hi, my name is Casey, and here's something that I wish somebody of faith would have told me back when I was in middle school or your age, is that you need to stick with it. I grew up going to church every Sunday and every Monday, which was our faith formation, and it wasn't an option for me. It was forced by my parents, which never really bothered me. That's all I knew, which was fine. But as I got older and my younger brother and I started to drag about going to church, because you have to sit there for a whole hour with your mouth shut. I mean, who does that? But so then it became easier and easier for us to say, no, we don't want to, we have better things to do, sports, hanging out with our friends, and so on, sleeping in on Sunday mornings, and so on and so forth. So the more we did that, the more our parents started to let go, and the less we started to show up for church weekly, and then it became monthly, and then it became yearly, and then it became we don't even go to church on Christmas or Easter. Within the past year or two, I've tried my best to get my family to go to church Christmas Eve once a year, and I've been lucky enough to get that, but I've always kind of wanted just a little bit more. And then I met this super cool kid named Jeremy, and
How much did you pay her to say that?
About $100 per good.
just a quick 100. And he really convinced me to come to this youth group, and I'm like, gosh, I haven't been to youth group in 5 years, since maybe 6th grade, 7th grade, and I'm like, no way, absolutely not. And he's like, no, come on, it'll be really fun. And I'm like, I don't know any of these people, and blah, blah, blah. I don't even go to Anoka, so that's all the kids. So that was very hard for me to do, but one day I decided to go, and he opened the door for me, and there's, I think, 20 kids running around this house and screaming and jumping and eating cookies and playing games. I'm like, this is awesome. This is church. So I was pretty excited about that. But once we got things rolling, I was able to kind of figure out again what it was like to go to church. Or youth group, I guess. I'm still working on the going to church part on the weekends, but as of right now, I'm just doing the youth group. yeah, so I guess I really have to thank Jeremy for that. He's been a really good friend to me and helped me through a couple hard times. And hey, we went to prom together. Woo-hoo. So yeah, for you middle schoolers, I really just have to say to stick with it, because that's when I lost it for me and I lost my way. I didn't do anything crazy, but I lost my relationship with God, and I'm working on rebuilding that again. So stick with it.
Good job.
Thanks.
Questions from the hooligans over here?
No.
No.
Nah.
No.
I did good!
All right, good job.
Hi, my name's Jeremy, and this is something that I would have liked to know when I was growing up and about your age. So when I was younger, just like Gunnar and Casey, I went to church every Sunday, and our church even had nightly meetings, so I'd probably go to church around 4 or 5 times a week, which was, for a lot of people, that's like insane, that's way out there, but I had a lot of friends at my church, so I didn't really mind going. The nightly meetings got a little long sometimes, and our church they had like 2-hour church services in the morning, so I mean, I guess that part wasn't all that great once I had to go up and actually sit in the service, and that kind of started a little rebellion going, but I still stuck with it, and that was all good, and I had good friends, and grew up great, and friends, great relationships that kept me on the right track. And it was about in middle school when I started kind of separating myself from those friends and getting new friends. I started playing football, and I was in wrestling. And if you know any wrestlers or football players, sometimes they're not the best people, and so they can get a little rambunctious and not necessarily the best attitudes and way of going about things, and those people ended up becoming my best friends and close friends instead of my good churchy Christian friends that I had, if you want to say, that have the good impact on my life. And I ended up getting into a lot of bad stuff like smoking, and I got into chewing, which smoking I didn't do very long, luckily, and really I had separated myself from God for a while, and it wasn't. I still went to church. I played the Sunday Christian, Monday not, that kind of thing. Living 2 lives. Great kid at home, always happy, cheery, and then I'd go to school, and all of a sudden I try to be as cool as I can. Cool cat, bad boy. Try to do cool stuff. Try to make up for whatever in my life that went wrong, just trying to fit in. And I was a huge people pleaser. I tried to make everybody happy, and I tried to please everybody so that they would like me. And if somebody didn't like me, there's something wrong with me. And so I had to make everybody like me. And that ended up making me not the person I wanted to be, not the person who I was. I lived multiple fake lives around my family and friends. I was stealing with my friends and doing all this other stuff, and smoking and chewing. And then at home, like Christian, I read my Bible with my parents. We have prayer time. But everything kind of went through one ear and then came out the other. And that just really was all it was just being a people pleaser, and then being a people pleaser at home. So I was both a people pleaser in school and at home. I didn't really actually try to be what was good for me and what I wanted to be, and I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I wanted to have friends. Everybody wants to have a lot of friends, so you do whatever it takes to have a lot of friends. And that was one of my biggest downfalls, was doing that. And it opened the gate for a lot of other stuff for me, and I'm still struggling with some stuff today because of my friend choices. And so a little message I'd like to pass on to you is really surround yourself with good people. I mean, you've probably heard, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And you probably listen to it and then say, oh, that's not true. I'm strong, I can do it. That's exactly what I thought. you know, and that ended up being so true. I got into a lot of stuff, swearing, like I said too, and I'm working on that. We're doing good. I'm starting to hang out with my bad influence friends less and starting to hang out with my good influence, the churchy friends that apparently don't know how to have fun, but I know lots of people that like to have fun that go to my church, like Gunner here and Casey. So, you know, great people to be around, good influence on your life. You'll end up having a healthier, happier life in the end just by having good friends, you know. So show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Where'd you get that from?
You need to
Courtney.
do sports.
Who told you that line?
Well, I think I originally heard it from...
Come on, just tell me I did it. Tell
No,
me.
that wasn't you, not the first person. I heard it from Berkeley. You did tell us this last week. I heard it.
So I had one more question for these three, and the question is, if they could do middle school over again, what would they do differently? Casey?
Okay. I would definitely try to be less dramatic. The world is not going to end if you fail one quiz or your boyfriend of the week breaks up with you. It's gonna be okay. I was this melodramatic little tween that went around school, and I wasn't starting the drama, but I was definitely getting sucked into it. So that's what I would change. Be a good person.
Okay. What I would change like who my friends were, because like what Jeremy said, through middle school, I don't really know if I had the best friend group, but I thought it was right at the right time at that time. But now I look back and I was kind of an idiot. So, yeah.
Yeah, one thing I would change would definitely be my friends, and stop trying to please people. You know, you don't have, you know, God doesn't want you to have the most friends. That doesn't make you a good person by having the most friends. Pick and choose a few good ones and hang out with those people. That's all you need to make yourself a successful person in life, and guarantee by doing that you'll have much more of an impact on others.